Hello, this is Mac, and we are refocusing Barbados. I want to focus your attention on something that I'm looking for words really to describe this. But I'm looking at the back page of the Sunday Sun. And the Sunday Sun of the 15th, the front page, said hardship. That's the front page. And the back page now of the Sunday Sun of the 22nd, article says danger sign. PM worried about court documents being leaked to media. Let me read for you. Probably some of you would have read it before, but let me read some of what this article is saying by Trevor Yearwood. Quote, Prime Minister Freundels strode last night. The last of what he said was a trend of important court documents appearing in the media even before judges had perused them and made a ruling. Continues, quote again, he complained about the practice that when you file a document in court, you file one with the newspaper the same time. And go further down. The fourth paragraph of the same article by Trevor Yearwood says, he called no names, but the remarks were viewed by some as an apparent criticism of the recent area of major documents linked to a lawsuit involving the operations of CLICO, the failed insurance company. Well, the truth is, I agree with Trevor Yearwood here, because when I read that first paragraph, I said probably the only thing he could be talking about is this CLICO thing. You know, the Sunday before, it said that this goodly gentleman is experiencing hardship, which a lot of people laugh at and said, baloney, pure bilge. You can't be receiving the hardship. We ain't believe that. In fact, the people who are having hardship are those who can't get their money back out of CLICO. And when you look at it, right, and you look at what happened with this CLICO affair, you have to say CLICO was a virtual infestation. That's what it is. When you got a building infested, that was like an infestation. That will mess up a lot of people's lives in this country. And the Prime Minister could come and stand before people and tell them his main concern is about the court documents being leaked. But it should have said something to the Prime Minister before he started to talk about this. It should have said that the people are so incensed, are so ticked off, and according to one person, so triggered by this kind of behavior that they have no qualms about leaking it. I'm not condoning the leaking of court documents. Let me say that. But when you look at it really and in truth, this thing was horrible. Mr. Prime Minister, you're being very contemptuous. I'm going to say that very, very plainly. You are being contemptuous. Because you haven't, in this article here, nowhere have I heard anything being mentioned of those people who are suffering because of all the bad things that happen at CLICO. Your constituency, Mr. Prime Minister, is not CLICO. Your constituency is Barbados. You're the Prime Minister of this country. And there are a lot of the people that you lead are hurting. They're suffering. Some of them had their nest egg in Clico. Some of them are facing financial ruin, Mr. Prime Minister. What are you telling me at all? Could you be this insensitive? You know, this thing really worries me, right? This man needs to wake up. He should be identified with the pain of his people. And it seems as though he is way out yonder, and we are way out here, and there's a great gulf between us. So what happened to we? Happened to we? It ain't moving he one bit. See what we vote for? Look what we have come to. He could come before people and tell them his main concern is with those documents being leaked, not the people who are suffering. Sober. When they're suffering, when they continue to suffer. But, yeah, he gave you an indication to what he was thinking before the last election. Remember he said, that's his friend? Ah. You remember now, huh? That's his friend. You know, after this article came out in Sunday Sun, the 30,000 people in Barbados whose lives are affected by this Clico thing, all their policies and their money gone down the drain. You would think that, you would have believed that they would rise up Monday or today and start to say, listen man, enough of this man, Mr. Prime Minister. No man, we can't take this kind of behavior from you. But no, like true to form, they just sit down and take it. They can take it. But I keep repeating this. If the people of this country, if the people of Clico, those people who had policies in Clico had voted for their policies in favor of their policy, they would not have a prime minister standing up today to say this kind of thing to them. That's an insult.